And I am back. Hello to the couple people that are still rolling with me. I appreciate it if you made it this far. This is the final episode of my Calling It All Back podcast, episode 4, where I've been breaking down my comedy album of the same name. If you're new to the podcast, if you're just listening to this for the first time, you can go to my YouTube page, click on the podcast playlist, and you can check out all the 3 other episodes where I been breaking down selected tracks from my comedy album. Basically what I'm going to be doing on this last and final episode is I'm going to be breaking down the final track, which is called The Darkest HWYS. I'm going to break it down into 3 parts, and this is where I call back every track in my album except for one. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each part, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to just say the lines and what track it calls back. Pretty simple. I know it's going to be boring for you guys to listen to it, but I think it's kind of impressive how I really pretty much call back every track in the album except for one. So I call back 28 of the 30 tracks, because 30 is the callback, and then there's only one track I didn't call back. So yeah, if you hear any noise in the background, I'm sorry for that. Like I said, this is not very professional. I'm using 2 phones, and I'm also been doing this in between driving, like I'm at a rest area doing this one as well. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna play The Darkest HWYS Part 1, and then I'll come back, break down the lines and what track it calls back. This one's pretty short, so it won't take too long. So here we go, The Darkest HWYS Part 1, and I'll be back shortly.
Like Oregon has some of the darkest highways. I feel like once they legalize weed, you're like, you know what? We don't need highway lights. They're not going that fast. Where you going, man? I don't know, but I'm gonna get there. Oregon's highways are so dark, I got pulled over in a grocery store parking lot in the daytime with my dome light on, and Officer Friendly didn't see me. He comes to my back window with a flashlight singing, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, so that is The Darkest HWYS Part 1, and then so basically I'm just going to lay out the lines and then tell you what track it calls back. So I guess to start that one off, when I say grocery store parking lot, that is a callback to track number 7, World Famous. And then the next line I say, with my dome light on and Officer Friendly comes to my back window. That is a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. And then the final line on that one, when I'm singing bad boys, what you gonna do? That is a callback to track number 11, Pulled Over. And that's pretty much The Darkest HWYS Part 1. That one's pretty short. So next I am going to play The Darkest HWYS Part 2. And then I will come back and break that one down. So here is The Darkest HWYS Part 2, and I'll be back to break down all the lines and what track they call back.
And he pokes his head in. Still smells good to me, brother. But we got a call from a naked drunk lady with no teeth, eating a turkey leg, drinking a 3rd glass of wine, watching Murder, She Wrote, saying there's a world famous comedian with a bib and sippy cup, a wet spot on his driveway, who was born premature cross-eyed with one tooth, that pushes out his poop while pulling out, with no credits, afraid, at a 4-way stop sign with just nuts, digging in his nose with no index fingers, nothing in his wallet, booger on his mustache, wearing a gold necklace, clean pants unzipped, dirty underwear.
All right, so that is The Darkest HWYS Part 2, and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm just going to lay the lines out, and I'm going to tell you what track they call back. So to start out, when I say Denny pokes his head in, still smells good to me, brother. That is a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Next line, I say naked drunk lady. That is a callback to track number 12, which is one of my 2 favorite shows, Naked and Afraid. Then next line, I go... no teeth eating a turkey leg. That is a callback to track number 29, Last Day Job. And then the next lines, I go drinking her 3rd glass of wine, watching Murder, She Wrote. That is a callback to track number 12. Obviously, that is one of my 2 favorite shows, Naked and Afraid and Murder, She Wrote. And then when I say world famous comedian, that is a callback to track number 7, which is World Famous. A bib and sippy cup. That is a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Next line, I say a wet spot on his driveway. That's a callback to track number 15, Dad Drivers. Next line, who was born premature? That is a callback to track number 1, Small Crowd. Cross-eyed with one tooth, that pushes out his poop. That's a callback to track number 3, Rock Signs. And then the next line I say, while pulling out, that is a callback to track number 15, Dad Drivers. Next line I say, with no credits, that's a callback to track number 7, World Famous. And then when I just say Afraid, that's a callback to track number 12, which is one of my 2 favorite shows, Naked and Afraid. And then next line I say, at a 4-way stop sign, that's a callback to track number 20, In a Driveway. Then I just go into Wheat with Just Nuts. That's a callback to track number 26, He Was Nuts. Next line, Digging in His Nose. That's a callback to track number 20, In a Drive-Through. With No Index Fingers. That's a callback to track number 19, Chop Chop. When I say Nothing in His Wallet, that's a callback to track number 2, Pre-Pandemic Days. Next line I say Booger on His Mustache. That's a callback to track number 21, Red Stoplight. Then I say Wearing a Gold Necklace. That's a callback to track number 7, which is World Famous. And then I got 3 more lines. When I say Clean Pants, that's a callback to track number 18, What Turns Me On. And then when I say Unzipped, that's a callback to track number 2, Pre-Pandemic Days. And then the last line, when I say Dirty Underwear, that is a callback again to track number 18, which is What Turns Me On. And that is all the callbacks for The Darkest Highways Part 2. So now I'm going to play the last one, which is Part 3, The Darkest Highways, and then I'll come back to break down that one. So, all right, here we go, The Darkest Highways Part 3. I'll be back to break it down.
Driving in the back seat of a 2007 keyed up Kia with over 300,000 miles, just divorced on the back window, balloons popped, 4 used tires, both visors tacked up, missing its dome light buttons, half a passenger door handle giving out rocks, lube, and sandwich bags, selling fake ass crack, while eating a sandwich of sunflower seeds with a mask and no shirt on, socks on his hands with carpal tunnel, Cheeto stains on the steering wheel, butt sweating barefooted, 1 foot itching the other, doing a crossword puzzle, 5 cigarettes, 5 toenails, half a joint, 6-pack of Keystone Light, stool sample, plunger, and pop-up photo album on the passenger floor. Hitchhiking dog blown into a breathalyzer. Hitchhiking cat cleaning itself. 9-year-old in the booster seat, redhead baby with a purse, while hauling a legal white cheddar and a keyed up horse trailer.
All right, so that is The Darkest Highways Part 3, the last part of that track. So I'm just going to get right into it. So when I start out, I go driving in the back seat of a 2007 keyed up Kia with over 300,000 miles. That is a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Next line, I say just divorced on the back window, balloons popped, 4 used tires, both visors tacked up, missing his dome light buttons, half a passenger door handle. That is another callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Next line, I say giving out rocks. That's a callback to track number 3, Rock Signs. When I say lube and sandwich bags, that's actually 2 callbacks. That's a callback to track number 9, Quick Trip, which I originally brought it up, and it's also a callback to track number 16, which I made it into its own joke, lube and sandwich bags. When I say selling fake ass crack, that is a callback to track number 3, Rock Signs. Next line, I say while eating a sandwich, that's a callback to track number 22, Basketball and Sandwiches. And then when I say in sunflower seeds with a mask and no shirt on, that's a callback to track number 17, I Got That Door. When I say socks on his hands, that's a callback to track number 23, Hyperhidrosis. Next line, I say with carpal tunnel, that's a callback to track number 14, A Man's Brain. Next line, Cheeto stains on the steering wheel, that's a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Next line, I say butt sweating, that's a callback to track number 23, Hyperhidrosis. Let's see, I go barefooted, 1 foot itching the other, doing a crossword puzzle. That's a callback to track number 17, I Got That Door. Then I say 5 cigarettes, 5 toenails, half a joint, 6-pack of Keystone Light. That's a callback to track number 1, Small Crowd. Let's see, next line is stool sample. That's a callback to track number 24, H. pylori. Then I just say plunger. That's a callback to track number 28, Starting My Own Petition. When I say pop-up photo album, that's a callback to track number 26, He Was Nuts. Hitchhiking with Dog, that's a callback to track number 27, On the Road. Next line, I say blowing into a breathalyzer, that's a callback to track number 5, 347,000 miles. Hitchhiking Cat Cleaning Itself, that's a callback to track number 27, On the Road. Got 4 more left, you guys. 9-year-old in the booster seat, that's a callback to track number 4, 9 years old. Redhead Baby with a Purse, that's a callback to track number 25, Amber Alert. While hauling illegal white cheddar, that is a callback to track number 11, Pulled Over. And the final line, and a keyed up horse trailer, that's a callback to track number 10, The Horse Joke. So that is basically everything that I call back, you guys. All of a sudden you hear all kind of sounds going on. That's great as I get to the end of this. And like I said earlier, there's only one track that I didn't call back, and that was track number 13, Baby Gorilla, which it just wasn't, that didn't really fit for me to do a callback to it or bring it back in anything, but that is the only one. So hopefully maybe you go back and you listen to the album, you have a whole different appreciation for how I made those callbacks happen. I'm sure you're listening to this like, that kind of sounds confusing, Rio. We ain't got time for all of that. But I appreciate you people. Couple peeps that are listening to this that made it to the last episode of my Calling It All Back podcast. That is all I'm gonna say for now, I guess, on that. And I got some other things I'm working on. Gonna be working on a Patreon subscription where you guys can sign up and you can actually see exclusive videos of me working on my new material that I've been working on. You'll be able to see how I started the material and then how far it's gotten as far as the new material. But that'll be something I'll be talking about. I'll be sending the email to my people that are on my email list. Besides that, I just want to say keep supporting. I really appreciate everybody. And until I do another podcast, I don't know what I'm going to do next. It'll be something. I don't know what it'll be called. But that's the end of this Calling It All Back podcast. I appreciate you guys for listening, hanging in. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.